Hello people, good morning. So I've decided to go to Insadong today. Right now heading to Tapkol Park. I was taking the 143 bus, which would have taken me directly to Tapkol Park. But I've decided to get off a few stops earlier so I can take you to Songyecheon stream, which is right over here. So that's just up in a moment. And I will make my way to Tapkol Park by foot from here. It's not that far. I think it's about a 10 minutes walk, 10 or 15 minutes. So this stream eventually leads to the Han River. Well, first to a branch of the Han River, which also exits into the Han River. So basically it just goes to the Han River. And it was once concreted over by a huge highway, but I believe in the 80s or 90s they destroyed the highway to reopen this stream.
I don't know where I got this information from, but it happened much more recently actually. The planning for the destruction of the bridge was in 2003 and the destruction and reclamation were done by 2016. Here is a fun little anecdote. When I took this picture, I was squatting down on one of the boulders of the bridge to get a low angle on the camera and I almost lost my balance. That would have been really bad. But luckily, I was able to quickly take out my hand and regain balance. If I was more to the side by only a few centimeters, I would have definitely fell into the water. I did go to Tapkol Park, but I didn't film anything there. There was like a gathering of elderly people and I didn't want to draw too much attention to myself. But there was also, if I can remember it correctly, a group of music students, I guess, because they were doing some desk performances. But nothing much else interesting enough to film. So I just went on to the Insadong shopping streets and we're now heading to Samcheolgil shopping mall, which in this time of year is full of Halloween decorations. This video was filmed on the 29th of October in 2022, which is also a very, well, let's say a date to remember. I love the atmosphere here, with all the Halloween decorations. It goes well with the rustic theme of the building multiplex. I realize that this video is a bit off season, but unfortunately I'm about 8 months behind on my video editing now. It usually takes about 1 or 2 weeks to edit and push videos out, and since I filmed every day for 3 weeks straight, it will take at least 21 to 48 weeks to process all of the footage. It is what it is. I have about 4 or 5 videos left for this trip, so it's going to take me well till the end of August before I can start creating some local content in and around Antwerp again. There were some food stalls with street food and candies in the center of the inner square, and I did eat a few things of what they had to offer off camera, and this did serve as my breakfast because I didn't have one yet at that time. Usually I would go to Tous les Jours next to my hotel and order a cup of cappuccino or a latte and a croissant. That morning, however, I only had a coffee to start my day. Samtigil Mall itself has a lot of things to offer, which includes crafts and artwork and just general everyday stuff. It's a beautiful little area there.
다니는 거야? 고양이 장난감. 맨 위야, 맨 위.
After the traditional performance in Insadong that you saw just a moment ago, I took the metro to Dongdaemun Design Plaza. This building is one of Seoul's major landmarks, designed by Zaha Hadid, a British Iraqi architect, built from 2009 through 2013. The building is very versatile with many rooms that can host all sorts of events and exhibitions. It has several conference halls, event halls, a museum and all sorts of other things that makes it definitely worth the visit. And you can tell by the video that this is a popular spot as well for both local people and tourists. Now, I'm not much of a museum goer. My interest in this building is more in the architectural design and the technologies that power this building. So it's an afternoon well spent for me by just being here and walking around this interesting complex. This complex is close by Dongdaemun Gate, hence the name, and Nakson Park. And if you're interested in what that's all about, I have a video where I walk along Seoul City Wall in Nakson Park all the way down to Dongdaemun Gate. I'll put a card up and a link in the description if you want to watch that video.
소다로 찍을래, 소다.
아니 혼자 간 게 아니라 할머니가 저기를
After DDP, I stowed away my vlogging camera for the rest of the afternoon and went to Cheonggyecheon stream again for some photography. I walked along the stream until I reached the old pillars from the old highway, which is now a memorial park. By the time I got there, it was about 3:30 p.m. and I didn't really know what to do next from here. I remember contemplating if I should go back to DTP for some evening and night photography or head to Toksun Park, a park that is not really close by to where I am now, at least not by foot, but it's a park that was on my bucket list and which I couldn't quite fit anywhere else in my planning for Seoul.
성동 사회복지관 청계천 박물관입니다. 다음 경북부 도시관리국
Because it wasn't near golden hour yet, I decided to go ahead and take the bus to the park, where I thought I filmed a lot, but came to the realization that I forgot to press the record button on the camera.
Oh, you weren't even...
Yeah, whoopsie. So I only have the last part of that video. This was a bit of a bummer. I missed most of the golden hour because of this, and it was particularly nice that evening. I can laugh at it right now, but I cursed so hard at myself back then. Anyway. From there, the vlog ended, but the day didn't. I originally planned to go to Itaewon for the Halloween festivities that night, but the host of my hotel advised against it because it was going to be very crowded, and he suggested to go to Yongsan Main Street instead. Since I don't really like big crowds, I agreed and focused my photography on Yongsan. And as you can see, I'm using some of the photography now as a filler for this video, since I don't have any video footage of this. In retrospect, I was very thankful for that suggestion, because if I did go to Itaewon that night, things might have turned out a little bit different. In the end, what should have been a pleasant and fun night for everyone turned out to be a nightmare for some. I'm of course referring to the Itaewon disaster that transpired that night. It's very tragic, and my heart goes to all who's affected and to the victims of this terrible disaster. I don't want to end this video on such a bad note, so I'm throwing in some teasers for the next videos while I do my outro here. If you like this video, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to this channel, as this will help this channel grow. It will also help you to keep updated on any new content that I will post in the future. Thank you for watching until the end of this video. I really appreciate that, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.